Okay, welcome back. So as per mentioned just now earlier, I share about regards to the regular share savings plan. So what this essentially allows you to do is when you own or let's say for example you want to do a money investment and you don't want to waste a certain percentage or portion of funds to pay out for brokerage fee. Sorry, is everyone able to hear me? Because my internet was down for a bit. Okay, so yeah, so back to as I was sharing, regular share savings are RSSP itself. Essentially, they allows you to do a monthly investment into the market itself, buying into ETFs or blue chip, essentially, with a low, which I would say a minimum transaction fee, a transaction cost, comparatively to if you were to get the particular stock through your brokerage, you will sum up to about on average as low as about $10. Sorry, excuse me, $10 to all the way up to $25, $28, even $30, depending on the brokerage itself. So RSP by SML, which is your fund supermat, I think. Yeah. They offer this plan called the regular savings plan, which is the RSP, followed by the OCBC, the BCIP, which I talked about in the past, the blue chip investment plan. Followed lastly by the SBP, which is your share builders plan. Among all these monthly savings plan, which allow you to dollar cost average in itself, I think Philips is one of the, I would say, the better account despite being $6, not the lowest, neither is the highest in terms of in the long run. Actually, it's the highest lah. But yeah, the reason why is so expensive because for the dividends that you receive, right, they allows you to reinvest this. I would say reinvest the dividend without additional fees. So yeah. So if we look at it, so I got all the data from here, but if you want to find out more, you can go into the respective bank's website or the Fund Supermart website in order to find out more details of the respective fees itself. So what I want to look at is here. I'll put a link in the chat itself so y'all can have it. Give me a bit. Okay, so y'all can do the comparison if you want to do a monthly dollar cost averaging into business blue chip investment trust or ETFs itself. So this cover my point. If it's Kai Jun, and you don't want to reinvest your dividend, you want to use it to spend something else, but you don't mind putting money monthly into your portfolio, you can do OCBC blue chip investment, or you can do Fund Supermart because it's cheaper, $1. DBS, I'm not too sure about it, so I won't say much. But as if you want to allow your dividend to roll on a compounder, that's where just now Kun mentioned regarding about compounding interest and everything. Whereas they reinvest the dividends for you, you can look into Philips Capital. And I feel that personally, once I start my work and everything and I have a monthly income, I will definitely put into Philips. I already have the account ready. And yeah, $6. So in order to keep it as the fees below 1%, you just have to invest $600 lah. And that is still within the $1,000 range. Something to consider in the future or now for those who's working and have income. Yeah. So like I mentioned just now earlier, averaging, dollar cost averaging, value averaging, or lump sum. So like I mentioned in the past before, for those who weren't there and would like to understand more, I'll just touch a little bit on them. Dollar cost averaging is irregardless of the stock price, the money, the funds money, the pricing itself. You will put in a certain sum of money to purchase the particular stock, irregardless whether is it expensive or cheap. Value averaging is depending on the particular stock itself. With a deeper understanding and research, we will want to buy that stock at a certain kind of quantity. So if let's say it's below fair value, below book value, you will then want to buy more of that company itself, buy into more of that company itself. But whereas if the company is slightly more expensive, you want to buy lesser in the next month or next term or next quarter. Whereas for lump sum is whatever money you have that you have decided to set aside for investment, you just throw all in. So regardless of whether the company stock price is expensive or cheap, you just all in, because I mean, obviously, after doing your homework and you know that the company itself, the business, have a strong positive future outlook itself. Yeah. So which is better, slow and steady by averaging, and I'll share a bit more through this. So what I have found online is this particular, I would say, blogger that sum up the perks of dollar cost averaging, which result to this. So people always say buy low, sell high, but what is really buy low and selling high? And that's something that we gotta ask ourselves. So we have three different candidates here: Tiffany, Brittany, and Sarah. Pardon my pronunciation. So imagine there is major crashes around the world. So now we have Tiffany and Brittany knowing that there's this thing called the volatility, how volatile the market is, and they want to invest in the market, but they are not sure how. So Tiffany itself, she's terrible at timing the market. She always buy at the peaks. Means that whenever the market's at its most highest point, means the most expensive point, she always put the money in. And even with the terrible timing, her original invested sum of 96,000 can result to 663.5K at the end of their investment journey, all same time period. So Brittany itself, she lady lucks on her side. She invested on every single bottom of the crash. So every single bottom she invests here, 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 and here. And it sums up to a total of $956,000. Whereas for we got Sarah here, who dollar cost averaging in, regardless of the price of the market, of $200 every single month. All of them are doing $200 every single month. She, at the end of her investment journey, she have I would say, what's that thing? Accumulate a total of $1.3 million So we can see the difference between the type of investment outlook out there. So invest early, investment often, regardless of the current price, the current condition. All you gotta do is just start. Cause the power compounding is, I would say, astonishing and very nice. So if you all want to look at this area a little bit more, I can share with you all in the link. Let me find the chat box. Give me a bit. Okay. Okay, moving on. Okay, now we'll talk about income statement itself, which I'll go a little bit later. Sorry, not good. I'll show the actual statement itself at Yahoo Finance. So we got to understand revenue and cost itself. Cost of revenue. Revenue is whatever the company earns, given their own operation, their business itself. So in order to understand their profit, we got to minus away the cost of achieving that revenue. So to maybe if you sell this donut at $10 itself, you got to minus away the flour, the water, the eggs and everything, which sum up to your profit. So maybe all the ingredients is $5. So your profit is your profit or your net income in this sense is $5 itself. We sum up to the operating income So P&L stands for profit and loss, depending. So if let's say your cost of revenue is high enough, like you pump in a lot of money in your business, but then it's not generating enough revenue, so you probably get a negative, which is a loss of operating income itself. So net income itself is essentially the coverage of both operating income plus non-operating income. So maybe this company did diversify their business and invest into other business as well. So this non-operating income is essentially income from outside of their own business. Then followed by earnings per share, which is what you get for a shareholder itself. And earnings before income tax and depreciation and amortization is generally the EPS but just before tax is in place and everything. And I will share a bit more in a bit, which is here. Okay, so like I mentioned to you, the total revenue, okay, what company we're looking at is Parkway Life. So those who have joined me last Friday, y'all should know why, I like Parkway Life. I invested in this company itself, so y'all can have an outlook at it. So one thing I want to look at the income statement is you want to see how are they performing on a quarter-to-quarter basis or annual-to-annual basis, year-to-year comparison. And you want to see a decent growth in a sense to know that the company is continuously improving within the R&D department or whatsoever to make sure that their business is sustainable and have a decent or even better or stronger positive outlook for the future, regardless of maybe pandemic or financial crisis. So we can see a steady growth in the revenue. And given their low operating cost, which is the cost of revenue here, and their total gross profit is 108,225. So we take this minus this, you get 108 itself. I'm not an account student, I'm econs finance. So if I do any admin error, please let me know as well. Then we can discuss on that. And again, I can learn from you also. So their total operating expenses is at 14.9 itself. Okay, so at the end of the day, what you want to see is after the gross profit minus all this, you get this 93.27, which is their operating income. So it's after all the operating expenses and everything, this is what they are left with. Sorry, give me a while. Let me close my Telegram. Okay, so moving back, this is the income by itself. The net income, which is after deducting of all the tax and everything, because they have to pay tax to the government, they are left with 123. As you can see, their net income is higher than their operating income. So we know that their profit is not only relying on their current operation, they are relying on something else. So to find out where they are getting their money from or their profit from, we can look into their balance sheet and their financial statement in the actual financial sheet in the actual website itself. But I'll not go into that for this current session itself. So basics earning per share is at 0.2. So how do we get their basics average share is we take this earning before income tax. Okay, I'll talk about before income tax first. So this amount is this 137.9k plus where is the income before tax is this. So we add in this one, add in the interest expense, you get the 137.9 itself. So yes, that's how we can look at it. So additionally, the second company we can view at is DBS itself. DBS income statement and total revenue for 2019 is at 14.5 billion. Operating expenses at 6.2. Minus all the interest and everything, their net income is 6.3 billion. Yes, okay. So they're available to their common shareholders at 6.2. So what have I found out from my friend Valen is because I'm not an account student. So what correct me if I'm wrong, don't quote me. So net income is inclusive of operating plus non-operating profit, whereas for net income is after the company decided to keep certain fund for the R&D for expansion whatsoever, then this is the actual net income that shareholders will be able to get, and this is the earnings per share after dividing by the average shares that's out there. So all this is in millions, in thousands, as you can see here. So yes, if you all got questions, you all can let me know or we can discuss further. Else we can move on to the next one, which is thank you. But before that, I will explain to you all why, if you want to do blue chip investment trust, if it's better for you, and if you don't mind and you have the time to do a little bit homework, the reason why I say I won't put into STI, because if you look at STI in the long run, it's not actually doing quite well. And if you have an option or the choice to choose, I would rather you invest in the overseas index such as Dow Jones, which will be in blue, NASDAQ, which will be in purple, and lastly S&P 500, which will be in pink. So from this, you can see how our index is doing comparatively to other indexes overseas. You cannot, obviously we won't be performing as well because our market is much smaller comparatively to them. Our large cap essentially is few times bigger compared to our large cap itself. So that's the reason. So it's me because I like to do this, so I'll tend to be able to spend more time reading up on certain companies before I put my investment into them. Yeah. So last but not least, I think practice don't make perfection. Practice makes improvement. So document down your plan and put it on paper or Excel spreadsheet or whatever that helps you in terms of getting towards your goal. If for those who are interested and would like to read certain books that's out there, you can look into these 4 books. If not, I would like to thank you for your time. And if you all have any questions, just feel free to put in the chat box and we can discuss on it now. So yeah. Do y'all have any questions? Okay, lovely. Okay, all right. If not, then just thank you for the time, and I'll see you guys next week.